So don't die of shock, everybody. The long-awaited, probably about 3 years now, the cleaning the swimming pool video. Now, the reason why it's been so long is because my wife, who used to clean the pool, we got a pool cleaner. So this is a bit of a choice, really. Get a pool cleaner. It's going to cost you €50 upwards, depending on the size of your pool. But do it yourself. Now, I'll come over to Steve's place because if you've been watching the vids since March, we've had some really bad sandstorms. And what's happened, it's turned the pool. There's lots of sand in there. It's gone a bit, I won't say it's gone green, I think it's just the sand. So this is what the whole video is going to be about. Steve's going to explain how he cleans his pool. Yeah, so I've done it. Just in case you didn't know, this is Steve.
And what's my YouTube channel?
It's on there. Which we're...
You can't see it from there.
No, we'll mention that later on. We're giving
Chlorine, Mercy and Beyond by Expat. Expat?
See, that's good. That's good.
Isn't it?
By e-bike. But
That's the one.
I'll put it below the vid, so you got that. So Steve's kindly volunteered to do the cleaning video, and he's going to show us the stuff that he uses. I was going to say equipment then, but obviously you'll see that later on. But he's obviously got some different stuff here that's going to clean that pool, because it's in a bad way, isn't it? Yeah,
well, we've had these red pool, or the red sand come over from Sahara. I'm sure you've seen Sean's videos on that. I'm sure you've got some photos you can put up as well.
Yeah, I'll put up some stuff.
The red sandstorm we had. The pool before that was gleaming. I was only in it a couple of days beforehand. I wasn't in there for long. It was cold.
Yeah.
But you look at it, it looks like a swamp now. So today, it's the worst the pool has ever been, or I've ever seen it. So today we're going to do an attempt to clean the pool, to see how we get on, should I say. Now then, there are a couple of chemicals I use when maintaining the pool in an ongoing process. Okay, so I use this in the summer, twice a week, and just to test the chemicals in the pool. All the colours are there. It explains on the packaging of what you have to do, and you get little strips inside.
And you can buy this from the Chinese, can't you?
I wouldn't buy it from China. I would buy it from
a proper pool place.
Shop,
which
yeah.
And there's one down in the town, isn't there?
Yeah, there's one in the town which I use. Very, very good, and they speak English. So I use that. So you dip that in the pool. As you dipped it in the pool, take it straight out. Don't leave it in there. Count 10 seconds and check it against the colours on here. So if you're got between those colours there, where it's green, as long as your colours are between those, you're fine. And the same here, they're fine. And it tells you on the side what they all are, what they all mean. I'm not going to go through them all now. No. So, but that's what they are. These cost you 40 euros, and you get 100 in there.
Oh, so you got plenty for the year then?
Plenty for the year.
Yeah.
They will last you probably, I don't know, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Only every 2 weeks in the winter, because you don't have the sun, the chlorine doesn't suck. It's sucked out the pool during the winter, because during the summer it's actually the sun that kills the chlorine off. So you have to make sure you get that, then keep them chlorine levels at the right level during the summer. And obviously the more people that use it during the summer, the more chlorine and that or chlorine tablets you end up using. I use the tablets. These are the tablets I use. I put these in the big tablets. I'll show you when I put them in to the little hopper. The hopper floats around the pool and releases the chemicals throughout the day and at the evening. It's 5 effect. You can buy a 3 effect one, but I prefer the 5 effect. A little bit more expensive, but it gives you more.
I saw the price on the lid there, $26.97.
Yeah, $26.95. You probably go through 3 of these buckets a year, 3 or 4 a year. So yeah, they are obviously more expensive than using the strips.
Yeah.
But it's something that's necessary at the end of the day if you want to keep your pool clean. As I say, I'll show you putting them in the hopper afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, this is the flocks.
This is called flock.
Flock, that's it, flock.
This is called flock. Now then.
This is the miracle thing, isn't it?
This is the miracle thing. Really, what I should have done yesterday, I should have actually emptied all this into the pool last night, turned the pool off, and then all the debris floating in the pool, this attaches to it and makes it heavier. I don't know how it does it, well, not a scientist, and it all sinks to the bottom of the pool. So the next day you come out, you can vacuum the pool with no problems.
Yeah.
But you don't always have to use this. I haven't touched the pool for 3 or 4 weeks now, but
I mean, that stuff, I'll be honest, is amazing. And what tends to happen for holiday rentals, the pool cleaner will come in the day before the new people turn up, they chuck that stuff in, next day it's clear. But obviously,
all the sediment sits on the bottom, so all you've got to do is vacuum it out afterwards. It is brilliant stuff. But what I wanted to see, if the reason I haven't used it, which I probably should have done, the reason I haven't used it, I want to see how we get on. Just letting nature take its course, gravity putting all the rubbish to the bottom, and see how we get on with vacuuming. It might not come up pristine clean today, and that would tell me I should have used the flock.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then Sean will have to come back and do another video and an update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what's been going on for the past 3 years, see. But anyway, we've got a lot further this time because Steve has got dirty pool, he's got the stuff, he's explained the flock, the thing that measures the water content, the tablets, he's got the Hoover thing over you can't see yet. We've got the dog here sat there watching. So we're on to the next bit then.
Yeah, there are other chemicals you can buy, just to let people know that you can buy algae chemicals or liquid. I've never had to use it. But if you do get algae in your pool, and you'll know if you've got algae in your pool, you put that in, and I would have thought it's similar principle. Leave it 24 hours and just keep your pump circulating, and it should clear the algae out. So.
Yeah, yeah.
So should we get on with it?
Yeah, let's get on with it.
Show the equipment we
used
to...
Yeah, let's show the stuff that you got to... Because I ain't doing any of it. Because I'm an old bloke. So Steve's bringing over the brushy thing. Is that the brushy thing?
This is the vacuum.
Oh, this is the vacuum, that's right.
The vacuum. Let me just show you.
I'll just do another close-up shot of that, just in case. It's all right, you carry on gabbing into that thing.
This is the vacuum, and what you do, you get your vacuum pipe, and you put this end, not that end, because you've got a little attachment on this end that goes into the pool. You put this on the vacuum itself, and then what you have to do is lower the vacuum into the pool as gently as possible, because you don't want to agitate the pool and get all the stuff on the bottom coming back up. So you do it as gently as possible, and then you have to put the pipe in the pool as gently as possible without, and make sure you don't leave no air in the pipe, because the last thing you want is air going through the filter.
So we're going to have a look at Steve's pump now. Now, the pumps do come different. Now, Steve's actually got a glass ball filter system, whereas ours is a sand-based system. They do say the glass ball is far better. And if you notice, Steve's got a pretty big tank there, whereas ours is half the size of that. So it's interesting, but then he has got a bigger pool than ours. So Steve's going to show us, and even though they do all look slightly different, it's the same process, isn't it, Steve?
It's the same process. Most of them all got the same filter switch here. This is the filter. You got filter, waste. You got close to close all the valves, and you got backwash. I'll explain what all these are afterwards. And you got rinse as well. So you got all the different things you need. I would think all the pools have got the same thing. They might look slightly different, but they all do the same thing. You got the actual pump down there. Yeah,
that's at the bottom there, bottom
there,
left.
And that glassing on top is the last filter going into the pump. So that makes sure that's clean. But before you can make sure that's clean, you've got to turn all your valves off, and also turn. Also, the other thing with with this filter, although it will turn both ways, I was told always to turn it clockwise. Always do it clockwise, because there are
And what have you put that on now?
I've actually put it on closed, so actually
Alright,
it's closed the filter off.
it's
So
closed
all
off.
the water's closed off.
Right.
My waste is closed off. Sorry about the state of this.
No.
I actually left it open when the sandstorm.
That's what I mean. We had such awful weather past couple of
I
weeks.
left it all open by mistake. So yeah, I've got it closed off there. That's my waste. That's closed off. That's my skimmers, which are the skimmers are at the top. That's closed off. That's my bottom. That's the bottom. Oh, what do you call that at the bottom?
I don't know.
You know, the bottom of the pool.
It's the bottom of the pool, isn't it?
Yeah,
The bottom of the pool thingy.
that's the drain. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the
Yes,
drain.
This is the drain at the bottom of the pool.
Yeah.
This one is connected straight into the pool, and that's where I connect the vacuum to.
Well, it's got Barridine.
Yeah, but that's probably Spanish for something.
Oh, is it? Ah, right.
That's the vacuum.
That's the Spanish bit,
Yeah,
right?
that's the vacuum. Now you may be wondering what this is here as well.
Yeah, go on. What's that then?
Here. Now a lot of people have to put a hose in their pool to fill it up. So
yeah.
They connect it to a tap somewhere in the garden, put a hose pipe in the pool to fill it up.
Yeah.
But this one is actually all plumbed in, so just switch that over and it starts filling it up from here. As you can see, it's actually off at the moment. Everything's off. Turn everything off, and now I'm going to check my filter here
Yeah.
to make sure there's no debris in it. Check
Right.
this once a month or...
I'll come over the. Oh no, you'll be right there. That's it. Don't stab yourself. Oh, you got the gadget thing.
Yeah, you put that on, turn that round. You will always get some water coming out. You know, you can't avoid that.
No.
But only a little bit. You only get a little bit coming out.
Yeah.
And I say I did nothing there. So this is the final filter
Right.
before it goes into your pump.
Have you got anything in there? I think you can
There's
see
a
it's
little bit.
little
in
bit.
there, not a lot, but that's
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
Really, it's
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
So this will only go in there one way.
Right.
Okay. Because it's got a little.
Yeah,
in it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you can
yeah.
only get that to go in one way. If you put it in that way, mate, it just won't fit, and the top won't go on.
Right.
So make sure that's clean. That's you know, quite important because
Yeah.
you don't want no debris getting into your motor and destroying
Well,
the
yeah,
motor.
because it's the motor. They do tend to go, don't they, the motors?
Yeah.
We've had ours replaced once since we've been here.
Well, we had to have ours a new motor, but that was when we moved in. 'Cause it
Yeah.
just wasn't working. So. Okay, as Sean said, in this filter system we have glass beads, but most people have sand. The
Yeah.
only difference being is that the actual glass beads, so I've been told, last longer because they're harder wearing.
Yeah, the
So,
sand tends to go really hard,
Yeah.
so it doesn't do the job properly. After so many years, you have to replace it. So obviously the glass beads will last a lot longer, but we still got the sand at the moment.
So next job is to check our skimmers.
Right, the skimmers. So when Steve was talking about the skimmers just
Now, the
then,
skimmers are really high. Now, what you've got to remember, the pool is really high. The pool shouldn't be this high at all. I'll show you the skimmers afterwards. The actual height of the pool should be halfway up the skimmers.
so what was this then? This ain't the skimmers then?
This is the skimmers, yeah, but the actual skimmers...
Oh yeah.
This is so you can get access to the actual buckets in the skimmers, or the little filters.
Yeah.
So we've got our buckets here.
And
Pull that out.
they're not too bad,
They're
really,
not
are they?
too bad, no. As you can see, if you look in there, you can see the sand.
Yeah.
We've had the sandstorm. But yeah, make sure they're clean for when you're doing your pool cleaning and that. Check them, once every couple of weeks.
Now I've seen people put tennis balls in there,
You did,
but I can't remember what that was all about now.
tennis balls, I think, what you do, if you haven't got the system that I've got here, where your actual vacuum pipe is actually in the pool,
Yeah.
you actually attach your vacuum pipe to one of these.
Oh right. Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
put-
yeah.
What you do, you put your tennis ball, your golf ball in there.
Yeah.
That blocks that one, and all the
Yeah,
suction will be
yeah,
coming
yeah,
out that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
That's what that's
Oh,
for,
that's what that's
okay?
right.
So I don't need to do that.
As you can see, Steve's got his garden in his pool at the moment.
I did actually jet wash last week.
I know you did.
Because it was sand everywhere.
So we got two of these to keep an eye on.
Just check it, make sure there's nothing in there. Say that is nothing. So just put it back in. Make sure it goes right to the bottom. Some of them you put in and you twist slightly so they lock in, but mine don't do that.
Yeah.
And some of these lock in as well, but mine are broke. But it doesn't matter. They
Right.
just sit there.
Yeah. So Steve's going to show us the connecting up the Hoover now in this lovely. Yeah, it's Hoover.
Trade name.
Eh?
It's a trade name.
Is it?
Yeah. Vacuum.
Oh, the vacuum then. It's connecting up the vacuum.
Okay, make sure you put it in gently.
I'm just going to come around here a little bit so you can see what he's put.
You lower the hose and the vacuum at the same time. Nice and gently.
So how deep do you think it is there then? About 4 foot?
About 4 foot,
Yeah.
Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it over here by the steps, because what I don't want
Right.
is to lose the pole.
Oh yeah.
Pole.
Yeah.
Whilst I'm connecting the other bit. So extend this.
Because I take it that's what tends to happen. It slides in.
Yeah, we'll slide in and then
Yeah.
we've got to go and get it.
So
So what you do, you push the hose in like this. That way you're actually getting rid of all the air in the hose.
oh yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's like a big snake, as you can see.
yeah. I must admit, this hose is probably a little bit too long for this pole. But it does the job.
Right. So he's
As you put it in, you get
right.
a bit of air come out the top. There you go. And then you connect it to your hose pipe.
Yeah. Which you can't really see from this distance, but
Connect it to your vacuum.
Steve's, there's a little pipe sticking out the side of your pool. It's probably right. I think it's right in the middle there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right in the middle. Just put that in there, and then you go back over to your pump and turn everything on.
Right. So
Come back over here.
I'm just going to go over to the pump now. So we're going over to the pump now. Steve's going to turn on.
Okay, so when you turn this valve round, never turn it around with the pump running. You can damage your pump. Always turn your pump off before you ever turn this round. So now I'm going to turn this round to waste. So I'm going to go round to waste. It's on waste. Make sure your skimmers are off and make sure your drain is off. Then I've got to turn my waste on, and then I'll turn my vacuum on. I can turn my vacuum on first, so that's my vacuum on. Then I'll turn my waste on. My waste is on. I'm ready to go.
When you say the waste, so
That goes straight to the waste, as if, you know, like your toilet or whatever it does.
Right,
It's
yeah,
pumped
yeah.
straight into your waste.
and it's running in line because it's open now, isn't it?
That's open, yeah.
Yeah.
That's open. All the others are off.
Yeah.
And that one's on because that's my, where I put the pipe in, that's my vacuum.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So now I turn the pump on.
Turn the pump on.
So bypass the timer. We've got a little thing there saying what timer and all that is. So bypass the timer, turn it on, and the pumps come on.
Right.
Back over to the vacuum before it disappears. Always start with the stairs because you will start losing water. As you say, you're going straight out to the vacuum.
So Steve's going to, like anything else,
Back up,
you start from the top.
gently. Make sure you don't get no air.
All right. So you don't take it out of the water then.
Don't take it out of the water.
Right. So obviously the top one is a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
So literally, it's like, I can't mention that word, but I am. It's like a Hoover. It's sucking all that off. And yeah, I'm right in thinking that's what it's doing, isn't it? It's sucking off all.
Sucking the water up.
Yeah, but
straight out to
also,
the waste.
yeah,
I say this top one always the hardest.
yeah.
If it ain't this bad, I'll normally just brush it in.
So what happens if it did come out the water?
Well, then you got to do
You-
what I've just done.
You got to do it all over again.
You got to do it over
Oh,
again.
okay, right.
It's not going to damage, you know, a little bit of air. It's not going to
Yeah.
damage the pump. But if you leave it out,
It's
for
not
long,
going to be so
what
good.
happens is the water cools the pump down.
Right.
So you just got air going through. You're not getting no cooling in the actual pump.
Yeah. So I'm not going to video all this, guys, because it's just going to be a bit monotonous. But I'll do it. I'll let Steve do the steps, so you can actually see the change already. And not, as you all notice, it's going nice and slowly. So don't rush it, because you're going to just going to make the job harder, really. So look, already it's looking clean on the top steps. And if you notice, my supervisor, Bonnie's keeping an eye on it as well.
Body supervising us.
Yeah, making sure it's all done properly. I mean, it's not a back-breaking job, really, is it, Steve?
No, not really. No, just take your time.
I mean, I suppose, I never done it, so I can't really say, but I imagine...
I might find it quite therapeutic.
Yeah, I imagine it's quite, that word, therapeutic.
You see how much sand is in there?
Yeah, you can see it coming over the top of that hood. I suppose that's what you call it, isn't it? Not knowing the terms for...
Your pipe as you go along by turning it and twisting.
Now, somebody's going to say, why haven't you brushed down the walls yet? Well, don't you need to?
I don't normally brush the walls down, but as I say, I've never done it with it's been this dirty.
No.
So I do say I don't brush the walls. I brush the top bit.
Yeah.
I don't brush all around the walls, but I've never needed to be honest. But I will go round. You just see me doing the edges bit.
Yeah. I mean, you can see what Steve was on about with the hose there, being about, it's a little bit long, but then you think he's got to do the whole pool with that. And I think sometimes it's better to have a longer hose than probably a short one where you're going to keep stopping and moving it about, I suppose. You can virtually do it from one angle, especially this top.
On this side, apart from when I'm doing the edging,
Yeah.
it's all done at this side.
But you can see the change already. I mean, okay, it's still, I wouldn't say it's a long way off, but it's changing already. So just to remind people, today is the 2nd of April. I think, I wouldn't say it's the first sunny day we've had, but it's the first sunny day of April, obviously. And it's, first thing this morning, it's pretty cold, but now it's warmed up. Steve's already got his jumper off. I've still got mine on at the moment. I can see me taking my jumper off soon.
Yeah, but I'm working.
But Steve's working, obviously, yeah. Yeah, I know, it's just watching.
4 Kit Kats.
I wish. Just watching's bad enough. And as you can see here from this angle, it looks like the pole's bending, but it's not. It's just it's where the water does it, isn't it? So he's done about 10 minutes at the moment, so it's not, it's not too long. I noticed the pool blokes when they do it. Well, obviously when the pool's clean, they're probably there for about 10 minutes. And during this time of year, the pool bloke will come in once a week. Summertimes, they could come in twice, 3 times a week, depending on if the water's changed, especially if you've got a lot of people coming in the pool. But yeah, do it yourself, guys. So you can see there, through that like cover there, all the dirt that's been sucked up, that will get chucked out. Bonnie's done a bit of a sunbathe. And if you notice, the water's going down slightly, which I suppose in one sense is a pretty good idea, really, isn't it? That it was full up.
That's why I didn't actually empty none of it,
No.
because I know I'm going to lose a
Yeah.
bit of water doing this, because it's going straight out to waste.
Yeah,
And I will have to add water to it afterwards.
yeah.
And my chemicals, the actual pool chemicals might be a bit all over the place. Something I have to check afterwards. I'll show you when I do the strips.
Yeah.
Afterwards. I don't normally take. I'm going to go extra slow this time. But normally I do it a little bit quicker than this.
But it's just sand, isn't it?
So I'm actually vacuuming to waste now, so that's why I'm losing water. Normally the pool's not too bad. If you're doing it, once a week, once a fortnight, you can vacuum to filter, and that way it'll go through the filter system and you won't lose no water. But obviously all the rubbish is going into the filter, but then I'll show you how you actually deal with that as well afterwards.
Yeah.
But this has all been cutting.
No, I'm still going. I've got Bonnie here looking as well.
Bonnie's supervising.
Yeah, so it's getting a bit clearer now, so you can see what's going on.
Bonnie's thinking, am I going to jump in just yet?
Yeah, and we'll look forward to that bit, because that would definitely be a TikTok. So Steve's just over halfway now.
Yeah, you're about to see the starfish in a minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The beginning of the starfish.
In the middle there. That's of course if you don't fall in first.
I might push shortly.
Don't think so. I'm over here, mate. That's my doggy. This is Bonnie. So what size do you think this pool is then, Steve?
I can't remember what it was off the set.
Are we talking like 10 foot wide?
Yeah, it's got to be 10 foot wide. 20 foot long, I don't know. I'm not good with measurements.
Yeah. I was about, yeah, I'll say it's, yeah, probably 10 by 20. No doubt somebody's going to say it's not, but anyway. But it's a big pool. And as you can see there, you've got your steps going down into the pool there. You find a lot of pools haven't got that. Ours is just, oh, sorry, yeah, we have got steps going down, but ours are at sort of this angle, if you get what I mean. But you will get different shaped pools, and not all are sort of oblong shape. Some are like pooly bits.
One thing I hasten to add
Yeah,
is that when we were renting a property, it had like a star-shaped pool, didn't it? Like,
yeah,
and that was a nightmare to clean because you've got to go around the corner, nooks and crannies. So
Yeah.
if you do buy a property in Spain and you want a pool and you want to clean it yourself, I do recommend getting a square one.
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
rectangular one.
good point that, because
It's a lot easier to clean.
especially if you want to put a cover over it as well.
Yeah. Definitely cloudy still.
Isn't it? Anyway, you can see the. Maybe not. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but you can just start to see the star in the water there, which you wouldn't have seen, as you can see from this side. What I'll do, I'll come back in a couple of days' time when Steve's done it all, just to show you how clean it should look like. It's just amazing. Obviously, this is mainly to do with the weather that we've had, and it will never be like this anyway. But this proves you know, even a really pool that needs cleaning, it can be done.
I mean, a lot of people think as well when they saw you, it's like, oh, are you going to clean it out? They actually think you're going to the pool to clean it.
Yeah.
Don't realise you can vacuum.
And I know somebody's going to ask me what that black pipe is, and that's your light fitting, isn't it?
That's my snake.
Is it a snake?
That's a light fitting. I've got to get a new light fitting. The actual. The problem with that is that the connection there and the connection to the thermostat is
Yeah.
broken, so it needs a new pipe, a new wire.
Yeah.
And because we've gone through the winter, I'm not getting in the pool.
No,
Cold,
no.
So that's a job for me to do
Yeah. When it's warmed up a bit, yeah. Steve's got another light, you probably
that
won't
one
see it
works fine.
right over there, but yeah. So you can see a bit more of the star now. So Steve's noticed, he's halfway through now, and he's noticed it's not sucking up as much, and this is the filter that's coming from the, you can see why. It's just clogged up the leaves and that, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to clean it out
Yeah.
and put it back. Cover it back.
So that's another reason, obviously, if it's not working properly. Stop everything, have a check. And obviously, that filter is a big necessity. Necessity? Does that sound right? Big necessity. That's what you call it. But yeah, and obviously that's connected to the pump. And if it ain't cleaned out properly, it can damage the pump eventually. So always worth stopping every now and again. Just take your time. So Steve's done the length now. He's just going around the edging now. I would get up and show you guys, but I will do it in a minute. I'm just sort of sat here because it's such a lovely day. Shut up, doggy. Relaxing here, but it can get a bit energetic just watching Steve going around the pool there, but he's started on the edging now. Nice and clear. And you just, obviously it's a little bit delicate because you want to use the end bit. What do you say, Bonnie? Yeah.
Well, it's not perfect. That's a good start.
But it's, yeah, wow, it's a far better improvement than what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
I
you can.
thought it might take a couple of goes.
Yeah. And you probably, it will be a couple of days really, won't it?
Yeah.
Because you've got to let everything settle again.
Yeah. I will brush around this time as well.
Yeah.
Because it is that bad. So once I finish, I'll go around with it.
But you can see already, guys, that it's already changed from the first colour to what it is now.
People are probably going to see, what's that in the bottom there?
Yeah, what's that in the bottom there then?
If you look behind you,
Oh, it's the,
there's a butterfly with no wing.
here it is.
No pit washing.
Here's the culprit. Wing, one wing
I broke it last week.
dragonfly. I wonder what that was. He's in there.
Oh, the dragonfly, that's what it is,
Yeah. So Steve's done the vacuum bit for the moment.
Yeah. As clean as I can get it for now. I'm going to go around the pool with the net. Take all the bits up the top.
Right, so Steve's turning on the,
Here.
yeah.
Turn that back on.
So that's turning, filling the pool back up now.
We'll pull back up. If we
Yeah.
come over here, you should see. It's still quite low, but
Oh, is that where?
jets.
Yeah,
What,
yeah.
It fills up from the jets.
Right.
I'll just put my hand in now. There's a bit of water. Yeah. Well, I suppose it's not. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's topping the pool back up now.
Doesn't need too much because you look at the skimmers,
Yeah.
they're about halfway in any case.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it just needs a little bit of water in there.
Yeah.
It'll take about 15 minutes, but I'm going to go around with the net.
So Steve's catching fish now.
Just go around the top. Get all the debris out of the top whilst it's filling up.
So Steve's got his brush.
Probably think,
Brush.
why is he brushing it now? Just hoover it all.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking, why is he brushing it now? Well, to be honest, I couldn't really see a lot beforehand. And I knew I was going to have to vacuum twice in any case.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, it's gonna. It's been disturbed, isn't it? And it's gonna settle.
And next time, when it's not so bad, I should be able to vacuum to.
So Steve's got two nets. One's finer than the other. This one here now is picking up the, it's like the scum that's on the surface. And obviously the other net was a not so fine netting to pick up the big bits of like flowers that get blown into the top. So after Steve's done all that, he's going to do the chemical test now, check the water, see what it needs adding to it, if anything. Probably will need something added to it, obviously.
Hopefully not. Just apart from the tablets.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll put this in first.
Yeah,
Come over here, Sean.
yeah, yeah.
It's not behind me, you
yeah,
won't see nothing.
yeah, well, I don't want to fall in the
Right,
stuff.
literally, you put it in straight out again. Don't leave it in there.
Right,
Right, straight back out.
that
again.
quick.
Yeah. So then you look at your chemicals. This is your chlorine. So I can remember. Chlorine levels are fine.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is your free chlorine. You got chlorine and free chlorine.
right,
That's good as well. That's
Right.
up there. Then you got pH, whatever that means. pH there is
yeah,
good.
yeah,
It's all my pool's always there at that level.
yeah,
And then you've got the total algae,
yeah,
and the algae is probably between those two at the moment. And
Right.
say you had a lot of foliage and that in there, so
Yeah.
it's more that one
yeah,
than that one.
yeah, yeah.
So it's just on the border.
So it's not that bad,
It's not
really,
that
is it?
bad, no.
No.
But once I put the tablets back in,
Yeah.
I'd say the pool, my pool stays pretty good.
Yeah,
I never have any problems with it, apart from the red sound.
right. Obviously.
So.
Don't usually get that.
Okay, shall we put the tablets in now?
Yep, yep.
Now, don't get too close because the fumes are quite potent.
Yeah.
So I always put 4 in.
Full blocks.
1,
And if you notice they're circular,
2, just put 4 tablets in here. I'm going to lower it into the water. You can throw it in, but I'm not going to throw mine in because my top comes off. I say these are very brittle after a little while, so you have to replace them every 2 years, I would have said. But here, you can adjust how much water flow goes through it and how much comes out. So if you really need the chemicals to, you know, get into the pool quicker, then obviously opening up more. I find 2 notches is good enough for me.
Yeah.
As you just saw by the readings on the strip, the pool was fine. So I'm going to lower this in and just gently push it out. And there you go.
Job's done.
And the other thing, before you turn it off, Sean,
Yeah.
you can tell how many, or if you need to refill your float, because as they dissolve, the float comes up.
Oh yeah.
So then, like when it's like that, you know it's full.
Yeah.
So, but over the next week or so,
Yeah,
it
it's
will
gonna rise
just
up,
rise,
yeah,
and you'll
and
know it needs more tablets.
It
So,
go on the side, won't it?
yeah. So you don't need to keep looking at it. You'll know just by literally looking at it. You don't have to open it up.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Right. Okay. That's good. So about 5 days later, this is the finale of the finished pool. Steve's obviously got to do a little bit more to it, but before we carry on with that, something we have to mention is Steve didn't flock it.
No, didn't flock it.
No, didn't flock it.
I didn't flock the pool. The reason I didn't flock the pool is that we're not going to be using the pool for probably another couple of weeks yet. And I thought I would just naturally let the debris go to the bottom, because what the flock does, it attaches itself to all the particles in the pool and makes it heavier somehow, and it all sinks to the bottom. But I just thought, let nature take its course, less chemicals in the pool. So that's what I've done. It's looking a lot clearer now, but I've still got to vacuum again. To start with, I'm going to vacuum to waste, and the reason being is that my pool's too high at the moment. The water level's too high. So once I get it down to the right level, I will then start vacuuming to the filter, because the pool's not too dirty now, so it should be okay to vacuum to the filter. And we'll see how it goes from there, shall we?
Yeah. And that noise you can hear in the background, because a couple of days ago we had heavy rain again, so there's probably a little bit more sand in the air. And so people at the moment have got their water pressure hoses out, and that's that constant noise that you're going to be hearing, unfortunately. But if you want this pool cleaning video, you're going to have to put up with that.
Put up with the noise.
Put up with the noise. Yeah. So Steve's going to get on hoovering. Can I use it?
That's a trademark.
Trademark.
Vacuum.
Steve's going to vacuum with that.
No, well, not with that.
And a bit more.
Yeah.
Right, let's get on with it then.
Yeah.
Do you notice it's a lovely blue sky, not a cloud, got to be in the 20s, even more. So Steve's just setting up the vacuum. He's obviously pushing the water in, making sure he doesn't get no air in there. Sticking it into the nozzle in the pool, which you will have. Steve's got his stick there, sticking out the water. And if you just notice, it's pretty clear. Oh, it's not crystal clear yet, but it will be. But it's a massive improvement from over a week ago, when you couldn't even see the bottom of it. So Steve's just gone over to the pump. He's going to put it on the... Is it? What are you putting it on, Steve?
Right, put it onto waste.
On waste?
Yeah, put the switch onto waste and opening the waste up.
Right.
On the tap.
So if you notice, because we had more rain in the week, the water's up quite a bit anyway, so it's not going to waste too much water. So virtually it's the same process as Steve done before. He's doing the steps first, just getting off the last particles of sand that are on there, and also keep an eye on the water level, because that will go down, obviously.
That's the reason I do the steps first, because I've made a mistake before. When I first started doing pool, I used to do the steps last, and by the time you get to the steps, you're going to waste, There's no water there.
Yeah. So Steve's changing the settings on his pump now because obviously the water's gone down a bit. It's sort of halfway between the skimmers now. You put on, is it on? What you putting it on? Backwash?
No, I put it on filter.
Put it on filter, right? And why is that?
Because I don't want to lose any more water.
Right.
So what it's going to do is just going to go through the filter system.
Yeah.
So it's going to vacuum it.
Yeah.
And it'll come out of the jets.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully clean.
Yeah. Just thought I'd show you this bit. This is where the filters are. Just in case you didn't know what the filters were. So I'm coming round now just to show you, even though the pool looks nice and clear here, you can see a difference, especially when coming up to the star now. So Steve's done the whole length of the pool now, and now what he's doing now is going around the edges along the walls there, just to sort of tidy it all up. And then obviously after that he'll get the net out to get the leaves that are on the top, and that'll be it, job done. So Steve's finishing off now, just going around the top of the water, taking off leaves and whatever else is floating on the top. Sometimes you get lots of flies and wasps. And also he checked the skimmers over there just to make sure there's nothing in the filtered bins. Yeah, so there you are. Before we finish, I just want to say thank you much, Steve. Steve, if you want to mention your YouTube site while we're looking at this screen.
Oh, Exploring Mercia and Beyond by e-bike.
Yeah, so don't forget that's about riding your bike. Obviously,
not just about riding your bike, it's
No?
about exploring by
Oh,
e-bike.
okay.
So
It's
getting
exploring.
to the places Sean can't efficiently
Yeah.
get to in his car. So it's about, trying
But
to get around.
In the coming months, there could be a new one called the mobility scooters. Anyway, as I always say, guys, thank you much for watching. Always keep watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Adios, amigos.
All right.
Solo un rayo del sol cambia el tiempo en el reloj. Hoy mis deudas reciben perdón. Pago por el show. Me siento feliz porque si no soy yo, pues quién. Todos caen a mi lado. El freno lo arranqué. Me siento feliz porque yo no dudo mi power. Te burlaste de mí, se acabó. Trata de festejar, celebrar.